Hello everyone, it's Julia Crafts So Cute and welcome back. I am going to do a quick redo over the measurements in my previous video. When I played it back, I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I even load it? I ran amok and it was confusing because I had all my lines on there, which I should not have done. Okay, I should have just started with a blank slate, which I'm going to do real quick, and hopefully we can run through this really quick to build the structure of this mini backpack. And I just learned from another group that Eva with Bohemian Crafting has made a mini one. She makes these and she makes a big one, so I'm going to go over there and look, see how she does the big one, because I would love to learn that for my older two grandkids that I'm going to be visiting here in a couple of short weeks. I'll be gone for 2 weeks, so I've been running amok here in the house and exhausted trying to get things organized and packed and things, taking some crafty things. But as you can see, if you've noticed in my previous videos how much space I had, see, my desk is now closing in on me. Oh my gosh. But let me go ahead and run this through, okay? We need 2 pieces of cardstock, one that measures 8 by 11, okay? 8 by 11. And then we need one that is 8 in length and 4 inches in width, okay? So let's, oops, see, I'm running them up on there. My elbow's getting caught. So let's just put this here and let's get started. Okay, I have my personal instructions that I'm going to actually follow without it being confusing to all of you. If I lay it down there, it's like, oh, it looks like a architectural plan. So anyway, we're going to start here on, we start here. Let me look at my instructions real quick and I'll show you what I mean. Look. Yeah, that looks really confusing. Okay. So, this is step 1. Okay. Step 1 is that we're going to start here on the 11 inches in width, and we're going to score this at a 1/2 inch. Wrong side. A 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, and then we're going to score at 4 1/4, 4 1/4, then 5 3/4, and 9 1/2, 9 1/2. Okay. Now, taking your hand, we're going to rotate it like this. Turn it to the left, okay? And then we're going to score at 1 1/2 inch, and then we're going to go to the 6 inches all the way down, 6 inches, and then we're going to go 1 notch over, 1 notch over. That's 6 1/8 to create our gusset. This is the gusset, okay? So now we're going to go and flip it again to the left, to my left, okay? And then right here we're going to come in 3/4 of an inch, and let me get my ruler because we're only going to come down so far, okay? I'm going to have to use my paperweight because this just likes to slip slide away from me. If I can see where I put it. Oh my goodness, right here. I need to hold that down so it doesn't move. Okay. Oh, and it still moved. That one's heavier. There. Because I need to put my ruler in place, and I'm going to come up where the 5-inch mark is. Okay, see that? 5 inches down. Okay, now I understand that a lot of people do not have scoreboards, okay, but this is a simple way to follow by a ruler, and I'll show you that in a minute. Let's just finish this one. So we're going to score. We're going to come here to 3/4, and we're going to score all the way down to the ruler, which is 5 inches. Okay, and then we're going to move this over, and we're going to come all the way to the 6 and do the same to the 5-inch mark. So here's 6, come all the way down to 5 inches. Okay, and then normally I'd remove my scoreboard, but I'm going now, the end of this 5 inches, we will turn this paper, and we're going to come to this corner. I don't know if you can see this because it's black. There we go. Where this ends, we're going to join it to this corner, and we're going to come over here and score to that corner, just leaving an impression. Okay, so I'm going to line this up, and then I'm going to come over here and just for a few times I'm just going to do that, and then come over here. I think I just ripped my cardstock, because I really shouldn't do it on this, but I'm going to come over here and meet this corner to this 1, 2, 3, and it creates that little V. Okay, see that V? That's what we're looking for. And then we're going to do the same over here. Line it up to that angle, and we will be creating a triangle there. Will end up looking like a triangle. So there's mine. I'm going to go here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. A piece of glue just stuck to my fingernail. Okay. All right. So that's what this looks like. Okay. So we'll cut this out in a minute. Let's get this little guy going. Okay. 8.5 by 4 inches. So we're going to start off on the 4-inch mark, and then we are going to go 1 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and 3.5. Okay, there we go. 1.5 inch, and 3.5. Okay, then now let's turn it, line it up against here. Okay, because I'm going to rotate mine, and we're going to go in 1/2 inch. We're going to score it at 1.5, just 1/2, and then our next score line is going to be 3, 3 3/4, 4 1/4, okay, and 7.5. So our last score line. Okay, so we can cut this one out first. This is going to be the little box. Okay, this section right here is going to be our flap. So if we just pivot this like this, we can start. We're going to cut it from this flap, end of the flap line, and remove all of this out. Okay, keep your scraps, because you can back up back your whatchamacallit, napkins, or cover these scraps in decorative paper and use them to decorate your cover. Okay, now, okay, we've got that cut out. Okay, So this is going to be a tab here. So we're going to, is that going to be our tab? Okay. I want to cut this off right here. And then cut this off. All right. Cut this in right here. And then we're going to miter this one like that. Cut this straight. Miter this. Notch it out. Miter it off. Like that. We're going to cut this one straight. Miter it. And then miter this in that angle, so you have two pieces, these two little pieces, see that? And then we're going to remove this right here. We're going to remove all of that. Okay, and I think this one, if it serves me correctly, when I fold this over, yep, this one is going to be mitered. Remember we rotated, sorry about that, let's miter this off a little bit right there. That's going to be our little tab closure. Okay, and let's fold all of our little folds right now, okay? If you see my hands fumbling, that's just because my gripper doesn't work really good. These thumbs, the opposing thumbs, they have a hard time because of my arthritis. Fold all those down, crease them all, get them all creased up. See, I can't even do that simple little task there. Ooh, hurts, hurts, hurts. That's why I rely on these bone folders, or these scoring tools, because for me to do that with my hands, not very good. Ugh. Fold everything, make our creases, fold that down, that's our flap. Okay, so now, okay, I'm going to close this up, okay? So I'm not going to decorate it. I'm just showing you how I put the structure together. But when you guys do want to decorate before gluing, turn it over. You're going to cut all of these out 1/8 of an inch shorter from here at the top and on the side, and then put your little panel on. Okay, you're going to decorate this whole thing. You can even just cover the whole thing if you want to. Okay, and then we're going to, here's the back panel. Okay, here's the front panel. You see this side panel? We're gonna fold in that, and it's gonna look like this. Okay, just like that. Then I'm gonna put glue on this little panel here, like so, because this, well, I guess I didn't cut that very straight, did I? No. If I did, I wouldn't be having that closure problem. Okay, so the glue's on here. It looks like the little tab that we notched out, right? You fold that over and place this down. There you go. There's the start of the closure of our box. See that? There we go. Look, look, look. Okay. And now I will, because the flap comes this way, I'm going to fold this one down, put these little, I usually put these things, these little things in. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it the way I do it. And then fold it back, and then this. And then I'm going to glue this down. Okay. There we go. Just glue it down. Hold it, hold it, hold it. You know, I think years ago, like I said, this is one of the first things that I learned. I mean, I watched Gail Augustinelli, right? But I didn't have a lot of the stuff that they had to make those things. So, you know, I would come across those little pop-up things that would come up with making little boxes and purses and stuff. And that's how I got started. Okay, I didn't line up my little thing up very good because I was gluing it too fast. Okay, there's our box. Okay, and then what I do is corner round these. If you don't have a corner rounder, simply just nip it. Just create your little curvature. Okay, I did that one better. See? You just round it yourself, just like that. Okay, so that's your box. Now let's get to the main body part and cut stuff out. I'm going to move this tray. I don't need this. Nope, I don't need the tray anymore. Cutter. Okay, let me move this out. Okay. We're going to go from this side to here, okay? We are going to remove all of this right there. We're going to remove this too, okay? So let's just do it. Let's pivot this way. Our arrows are pointing that way if we're in the right direction. If we're not, it's going to be pointing that direction. Let's go this direction. We have two lines here. I'm going in to the inside line, okay? That's closest to the arrow. And we're going to cut this. I'm going to try and cut this straight as possible. It's hard to see score lines on black cardstock. Unless you have like 20/20 vision. My vision is not good at all. So this is the flap to our backpack now. I'm going to remove this too. All the way down to that little second score line. Okay, and then we're going to miter this. Let's notch that out. We're going to miter this and then take this out. Okay, we're going to keep this straight because that's the bottom of the panel. We're going to cut that straight and then notch. These are little folding tabs that are on the bottom. So fold that straight, cut that straight and notch this out. And again, I did not cut mine straight. Okay, so we have this. And we're going to do that to this. So cut this straight. And then let's notch out a piece of that. And I'm not cutting them very good. I think I got some really dull scissors. I've got so many of these silver ones. Lately my husband's been coming here grabbing the scissors. So I don't know what he's using to cut with them. Okay, so that's what that looks like, okay? Now, we want to fold everything, but you see these, let's do something. Let's just give this a little bit of a, let's just give actually these arrows a little bit of a bending power. Just don't crease it. We don't want to, crease it like a bone folder. You know how we burnish. We don't. We just want to give it give that these fibers in this paper. This is what I do when I come to this one. Because my hands don't work. I just kind of like line that little and just give it a little zhuzh, and then turn it over here and do a little zhuzh, okay, like that. Just giving it a little bending power. So let's go ahead and let's burnish all of these, which means simply let's crease everything. Let's crease our score lines. Okay. Oh, my poor little fingers, really. It's even this simple little task right here is pretty tough on my hands. Yep. Okay, and there's that small gusset right there. Okay, and let's crease this down. Crease this down really good. Remember now, I'm not creasing this center line. I'm going into the inside line, okay? And I'm creasing. I'm not creasing that middle peace sign there. It looks like a little peace sign, right? Okay. And again, I'm not going to fold this. I'm going to fold it here. Okay, I'm going to turn this, I'm going to fold it right there. And I think we've got it all. We sure did. Here's our flap, right? Now, if we're going to glue this piece, we're going to, excuse me, take this, fold this in, let's glue that tab. I don't know why it wasn't this clear when I was tired. Too tired. I've been tired. You know, there's just a few other things that are going on that's... excuse me, got me a little worried too with me just being tired. Because I'm trying to... and see, I didn't cut my stuff out correctly. If I was not in a hurry to show you this, I would not even have this excess right here. I would have cut this out straighter. I just hope I didn't cut my box open right now. Yep, I kind of did. A little bit. That's okay. Alright, so we glued that down, right? And that's how you can just correct it. If you did my mistake by just overzealously folding, then you can just trim it off. So this is what this looks like. Okay? There's our box. So our flap's going to come this way. Before we do anything, see this, my finger here, we've already glued this down, and then finger here, let's just pinch this together. We've already started that, manipulated this fiber, so we'll just give this a bit of a pinch. I don't know why mine, what's going on with mine, let's see. Okay, mine doesn't want to see what mine is doing. I don't know why mine is not wanting to. And I've made these so many times. I don't know why I'm off, but mine is a little bit off, as you can see. No idea what's going on. I didn't miss a score mark, but well, mine is a little off, you guys, but the measurements are good. I just probably bone folded this down wacky wonky and didn't crease it like where it's supposed to be. So it's just a tad bit off, but if I was making this, which I did in the last video, it did not do this, so you have proof. But I just wanted to give you that measurement, okay, you guys, just to show you how fast, without all my little interference of those other little lines. Okay, now, at this point, like this, when you're, let's bring this out, and when you're, everything fits like this and is laid flat, cut out all your decorative pieces if you want to make panels. You don't need to do panels for this one and this one and the back one, because that's going to be covered, right? You just want this one, this, the back side, and the top part here, okay, that you want covered. So in order to do that, to help you do that, just lay everything out flat, cover all your pieces, and I covered the inside of mine here. Just turn it over and cover, okay, not these, but cover all this right here, okay. All right, and magnets go here, magnets go under the under this part right here, okay. I'll show you mine. That's how I have my magnet. See? Put my magnet on. I cut little 1-inch circle and covered it. Glued it down really good. Okay, so my magnet's here. Magnet's there. I've got a magnet under this little flap right here. And it also clicks up onto that one. And then here's my magnet. Can you see my magnets? Right there. Yeah, right there. But I put the magnet in before I glued all the whole box down, okay? Or glued it together, so I knew where I was going to put it. So there's that, you guys. And then watch the video to apply the ribbon, or go to Eva's at Bohemian Crafters and watch her